Hey folks, Jason here. I'm going to take you through one of our Tuesday tools sessions. Today we're going to be talking about positional agreements. And let me take you through our overall system just so you can understand where positional agreements lives in the work that we're doing overall in your business with crews, running around in trucks and vans. All right? So I'll just scroll through this and make it easy. So we call it the freedom formula. And generally speaking, we work to guide businesses like yours to 3 times profit and be able to take 3 weeks away and everything be okay in the business. So that's our overall goal. And what are some of the things that get in our way? Generally speaking, we find that there are 3 categories that might hold us back from that in general. One of those is time, and the way that we speak to that is, hey, I'm running on fumes, or there's just not enough time in the day. You know, whatever you say to allude to, man, time is just a factor I need to get a better grip on. Another one is team. You know, my team is too needy, or I'm always having to babysit my team. What we say is it's a high maintenance team, whatever that looks like. You know, they're not performing the way that they could or should, and I have to get involved too frequently to keep them on track and focused and held accountable. And money would be the third category. So what that looks like for you, or what you might say is, hey, I'm tight on money, or man, cash flow gets to a pinch point a couple of times a year and that's really difficult to navigate. Or overall, we're just not as profitable in bringing in the margin that we should for the effort that we're putting out there, okay? So the opposite of those 3 challenges, the opposite of running on fumes, we say that that's living a balanced lifestyle. You know, I say that we say that. It's actually our clients that say that. Man, what I really want is for me to run my business, not for my business to run me, so that I actually have a balanced lifestyle. I can make it to my kids' games and recitals, and I can spend time away from the business, and the business runs itself quite well. Another aspect is the high maintenance team, right? The opposite of having a high maintenance team is having a well-oiled machine. A group of people, several crews and management in place and leadership in place, so that the team is operating like a well-oiled machine, and you got a lot of confidence in the consistency and the effectiveness and the efficiency and safety and competency of everyone involved. Man, wouldn't it feel great to be able to have that much confidence in your teams, right? And on the money side, confident cash flow is really what we're all after, right? Now, we also want to increase profit, and confident cash flow, part of that is increasing profit, right? That's cash flow timing as well as just overall profitability. So we've got 3 different categories or focus areas of work, and inside of each of those kind of blue sections there might be 12 to 17 or 18 tools that we have in each of those areas, depending on what you need in your business, that we can implement and work with to improve that aspect of your business. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is what we're talking about today is positional agreements. And that is one of the tools that we use that lives in creating an A-grade advantage. Creating an A-grade advantage is all about having an A-grade team. You know, hiring and recruiting and attracting and onboarding and retaining an A-grade team solves a lot of problems in our team dynamics. So specifically today we're going to be talking about positional agreements. So best practices, and I'm just going to read through this just so I can get through it efficiently for your sake watching this, right? So symptoms when you don't have positional contracts in place or positional agreements in place, some of the symptoms that you might see manifest in your team, your team members are not clear on their role. They always get their wires crossed. Should he be doing it? Should I be doing it? Who's held responsible? Another symptom is team members are wearing too many hats. You know, if you've got a team member that's a go-getter, it's our tendency, without much structure, it's our tendency to keep giving them more stuff, right? that's not fair. And then what happens is some of our team members start to get burned out because they're asked to do too much, and they're asked to do too much because they are a go-getter on the team, so they just earn that additional responsibility, but it really burns them out over time, which is one of the things that leads to a high rate of turnover. Now, a high rate of turnover isn't just because people are getting burned out. It also might be because, man, I never know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing until I show up for the day, and then I feel like I'm always letting people down because I don't really have a specific focus on what they want from me in a simple way day to day. Now, as much as we may have corrected them or reminded them, it's got to be on paper. You can't just rely on verbal. And of course, when we go to let someone go or need to reprimand someone, or when we're looking to promote someone, it needs to be on paper. We need to be able to go to that document and really point to it. It's like, man, you're doing this really, really well, and it's time to promote you. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. Another symptom that might manifest itself without positional agreements in place is people have more than one boss. Now, I've been in several work situations in the past where I had more than one boss, and I didn't like it. I want one boss, and one boss that I trust and that I respect, and that it's clear what they expect of me and how I can be a really great part of the team. People might be unclear about how they can move ahead and get a raise or get a promotion, earn their way into a different role. Sometimes what happens is a manager or owner will be making promises, verbal promises, like, oh, as soon as this happens, you'll be able to do this. And it never actually happens because there's simply not any organization around actually making that happen, except for, man, that sounded really good to say at the time, right? So we want to have clarity on what it takes and what it looks like and when it's an opportunity to get a promotion and to move forward. And no one wakes up in the morning wanting to suck, right? Everybody wakes up and it's like, man, how can I make something out of my life and get another step forward in my day or in my life today? And then another indicator or another symptom is that you're not attracting high-quality team members. If you have a problem hiring or finding great team members, it's because, I'll just call it like it is, it's because of the organization that you have built as an owner and a leader. So to change that, one of the ways we change that, and there's a couple of different elements there, but one of the ways that we change that is by improving this area. If you don't have positional agreements, most of you probably don't have one, at least with the categories to cover like we'll go over in a moment. You should really focus down on this and get this into place, okay? So what happens when those things are in a good way in your business? Well, what we want is a team that is competent and efficient. We want crews that are focused. We want team members that brag about their job and help us attract other team members that should be in our organization. That does happen. It takes a little bit of time, but it does happen. And man, when that starts to happen, it is so much easier to grow the business. We do want employees who wake up and look forward to their workday, right? We want to create that environment. We do want employees that understand clearly what you need from them, and we want team members that understand exactly what it takes to earn new opportunities. So I'll just go through briefly. There's a lot to dig into here. We're just going to kind of hit this top high level with these Tuesday Tools discussions, but if you want to dig into this for your business, just reach out and we'll talk about it, okay? So 5 sections belong in your positional agreement. The first one, what the business expects from you in this role as a team member, and detail that out. Second, what this team member should expect from the business. What benefits, what flexibility, what do you offer? Talk about what that looks like. Number 3, a full description of your business's core values. If you don't have core values established, you need to establish those And there's multiple levels of reasoning behind that and ways that we leverage that to move the business forward in a consistent way. But man, core values are so massively powerful when you handle it right or approach it right. And they belong in your positional agreements. Number 4, what it looks like to win in this role. Like actually write a couple of paragraphs. This is what it looks like from our perspective as managers, leaders, or the owner. This is what it looks like from our perspective to see you and observe you winning in this role. That would be a great thing for me as an employee to know. What's my boss looking for, right? And number 5, what are the current opportunities for growth from this role? Like which directions in the business can I grow into from this role? And what does it look like to clearly indicate that I'm ready for promotion? I should know what you're looking for and what will be the clues or the cues that will help you as my manager or the business owner understand, man, that person really is obviously looking for an opportunity, their next opportunity. Why don't we have them come in and have a sit down and talk about that, right? So when those things are in place, there is so much clarity about where the business is going, how I can contribute to that, how I can make a great life for myself in this business. And it's on paper. And the reason on number 5 I say current opportunities, if you're serious about growing your business that has crews running around in trucks or vans, if you're serious about growing that business, then there are going to be additional opportunities that don't exist right now coming down the pipe, right? So what exists now for current opportunities looks like one thing, but a year from now, the business is in a different place. And hey, maybe there's another sales role that's open now. If you want to move into sales from the field position, that can look like a whole lot of different things. So, hey, I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you investing some time hanging out. And until next time, be safe and be profitable. Cheers.